Welcome to NxtEdge by DiningEdge training on invoice automation. This video is the first of 4 parts that will be covering processing of invoices. On this training we will be covering how invoices come into NxtEdge, navigation of the purchase page, navigation of the invoice detail page, editing date, invoice date and PO number. The second training will be the most important part, managing purchasing unit of measure and engaging new items. On the next training we will review units of measure on the invoice again and see how units of measure affect the software, and in the last training video on invoices we will be covering adding manual invoices and running reports. Invoice automation is the heart of the software. If invoices are processed accurately, it allows for easy and accurate inventory, accounting integration, cost of sales reporting, purchase reports, updated menu recipes and much more. Invoices come into DiningEdge one of 3 ways. Each vendor is defined in the software as one of the following. EDI, which stands for Electronic Data Interchange. This is set up directly with your vendor. The process to set this up can vary based on the vendor. Your account manager will keep you up to date with the status of the integration request and completion. EDI is when the invoice comes into the software automatically. The vendor puts the invoice in a specific place and NxtEdge picks up the invoice and imports it into the software. PDF image file is the next way. The PDF can get to NxtEdge via email directly from your vendor, emailed by you to the software, uploaded in the software or scanned through our mobile app. The software will work exactly the same when received by any of these options. You can find your email to receive invoice on your support portal or by navigating to company locations and it will be displayed here. If you do not have an email address there, request invoice automation to be set up by your account manager. The last way we can receive an invoice is via FinTech. FinTech is a liquor payment company. They are able to send liquor invoices to us via a file exchange. If you have a FinTech account, let your account manager know and we will request integration. Once invoices are received into the software, they will be read and uploaded into your account. Invoices are read in real time. If you add a new vendor, it will need to be mapped by our development team and can take 2 to 5 days depending on our backlog. Handwritten receipts and store receipts may not be read. Vendors that do not include product codes in their invoice pose a challenge, as the software has to use the vendor description to identify a new product. The software does its best to not create duplicate product codes. The invoice automation engine reads with 95% accuracy the information and gets more accurate as the software progresses with a new vendor. To navigate to the purchase page, log into NxtEdge and click on Purchases. This page has lots of features. You can filter by date, by vendor, by approved or not approves, and by exported to accounting. You will also be able to see the invoice number in total, the import type, create a date, order date if purchases orders are being used. You can search the purchases by invoice number as well as by vendor product code or inventory product name. You can also export to accounting manually. See the training video on accounting integration to schedule accounting integrations. You also have a few reports. Detailed report that gives you all the line items on the invoice, along with all the attributes of the invoice. Summary, which gives you a cover sheet for all of your purchases. GL report that gives you a cover sheet to turn into accounting with your invoices, and a discrepancy report that gives you purchase order to invoice discrepancy. To run the report, select the invoices you want to include on the report and click PDF or Excel export. Select the report you want to run. Now we will look at the invoice detail page. Click on an invoice and the detail page will open. Invoices coming in via FinTech or EDI will not have an image attached. But you can upload the image for informational use only by clicking on the icon in the top right to open the image section and then clicking on Upload Image File. Selecting the image and clicking on Store Invoice. The screen will display the delivery date, invoice number, PO number, total of the invoice and tax, and you will see all the line items on the invoice. All of these fields can be edited by clicking on the field. In the next video we will review checking the invoice and look at the details of the fields. This concludes the training on how invoices come into NxtEdge. Navigation of the purchase page and navigation of the invoice detail page. On the next training we will be looking at purchasing units of measures, engaging items and adding new products. To schedule one-on-one training, contact your account manager or click the link in the bio or call 561-880-2970.